How's it going, everybody? So on this episode, you might say, just going to give you a little look at the car and show you the bits and pieces I have for it, what's going on with it, what's happening with it, and just a general update of it. The video I just put up there a few weeks ago, or the other day, the other week, whatever you want to say it was, that has been 8 months in the making with what I'm after doing on the car. So there hasn't been much updates on the car in regards to the progression of it, but it has been non-stop effort and work on it, and I'm hoping that it shows. It does show in my eyes anyway, that the effort I've put into it, but I'm biased to my own car, you might say. So I'm going to give you a look around the car, show you what I've done, show you what my thinking was, give you an update on what's going on. So come on, let's go. Come on, will you? Do you want to hold your hand here? Come on. Okay. So here we have it. Dash is out. Center console is done. Well, it fits. The tunnel is done. Just needs filling. It's been reinforced. Hydraulic handbrake will sit here. Pipes and all are drilled out there. So the idea with the bigger side of the tunnel here is for weight distribution, for the... So the idea behind having it here was that the weight distribution, and also it allows me to have my center console, because the viscous coupler starting here instead of it being in the middle, and I have my cup holders, and it's just a great job. So the handbrake is loose, it's not fully in place, it's just sitting there really. So is this bracket, but it works once it's tightened up. When it's tightened up, it'll work. We're going to see all the surface rust just from the grinding down, and it was left outside for a while, and ideal would have been in a shed the whole time, but you know, I couldn't do it. So tunnels there made up. Hydraulic handbrake is going to go there. We're going to start getting the matrix out of it, and start fully stripping it, get back all the sound deadening there and the heat protective or whatever it is. Take out the pedals and see does the DC5 ones fit. You'll have to stay tuned for a separate video for that. That's going to be a good one now. Do the DC5 pedals fit the EP3? I wonder. Anyway, so we're going to paint it all up inside completely. We'll have the roof cloth out. We're going to have all of the bits and pieces there. I've got my own brake pipes. I've got some of the pipes there made up and flared for the brake, the hydraulic handbrake. It's just a few various bits and pieces of the car. After that, let's jump underneath. Before we jump underneath though, let's just go through what we have here in the setup. So I have got EP3 springs and shocks. I've got an EP3 camber arm, DC5 caliper. I have a CRV rear caliper bracket, EP3 trailer arm, modified in another video to fit the CRV hub. Then we've got the EP3 lower control arms, the S1 built diff carrier, and then we've got the two long shafts off the CRV. So let's get to it. Let's show you the underneath. So as we can see, the underneath here now, you have your rear diff, and then we have the handbrake cable coming from the opposite side around the trailer arm, up the chassis of the car, and then into the hole or the tunnel. Same on this side, it's coming out of the tunnel. It's just following along, and then up into the caliper. So we did have to adjust that bracket. We cut it and modified it to fit in the correct spot we did cut that bracket and modify it in order for it to work with the handbrake itself, because the caliper is off the DC5, and the CRV does have the internal handbrake, not the external, so we had to modify it to make the bend and all suit. But it worked out, and we have a handbrake. So then we just got the CRV, the standard CRV. So we do have the standard CRV prop, just trimmed down a slight bit to accommodate the shortness of it. I have then made this carrier bracket. Now I do have to clean it up a small bit there. The welds are a little bit on the dirty looking side there. Very hard to weld underneath. So there's the tunnel made up. The tunnel is all made up, and then there the handbrake cables go in. I had the hole drilled in the wrong spot at the start. I had to move it over and stuff. So that's the tunnel made up, and the tunnel is also made up of the viscous coupler. So the viscous coupler will sit up here, from here and onto this one here, so I've got this little bit of extra length here coming towards the back, just to allow the viscous coupler to sit as far back as possible. And what I have done then as well is that I've made it that the viscous coupler is not interfering with the mounts for this button, for the standard prop carrier bearing. So this bracket will do 2 drive shafts, which is the idea behind what I'm doing. So I have this one standard drive shaft just trimmed down to the length, which I will get balanced, and then I will have the viscous coupler one as well, then, just to have it mounted into place. And we'll have the freedom of doing 2 separate drive shafts as we feel. Then let me just get a little look down here for you. So that's the tunnel and all, and we have got a little bit of rust that I fixed it here, the tiniest little bit of rust there, and then the tiniest little bit of rust there. So now, as well as that, then I have got, as you can see, that sill is in shite over there. Be to God, it's in shite. Hold on a second and we'll get a closer look at how in shite that is in shite, lads. Holy moly. Holy moly. Look at that. Be to God. That's almost as howly gad. Well, isn't it just as well we have a Motion Motorsport sill to go into that? Be to God, let's just look at that. She's ratting back. Yeah, so I hope you liked what you seen. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of everything so far and what I'm doing, and how you think it'll work. Stay tuned, because we're going to have some videos coming up soon of the dash bin flocked, of the inside bin sprayed up and all that. So stay tuned, lads.